Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fall Break 2021 info session. My name is Meg. She, her pronouns, and I am the development coordinator for Branch Out this year. We're so happy to have you. Unfortunately, this is the only format that we're going to be offering the info session in because of the recent uptick in COVID cases. However, we're just as excited to get to talk to you all about Branch Out in our upcoming breaks. So, let's get started. The first thing we want to start off with to put ourselves in a just mindset is to acknowledge the land and the indigenous people whose land was exploited in order to build the college. William and Mary's official statement on this is listed here. We do not have access to an official statement regarding the labor of enslaved people, but we do want to acknowledge that contribution as well, and the exploitation of both of these groups of individuals is what made the college possible. So we wanted to acknowledge that injustice and build upon those values of justice and righting wrongs moving forward into our presentation. So I've already introduced myself as the development coordinator. I'm in charge of recruitment and community building, but I also wanted to introduce you all to the rest of our team. So Melody Porter is our team leader. She is the director of the Office of Community Engagement, and she serves as the mentor and director for this program as well. Melody uses she, her pronouns. We also have Nafisa, who is a site coordinator for us. She uses she, her pronouns, and she's in charge of making sure that all of our community partners and housing partners are squared away for all of our breaks. We also have Kaylee Dentino, who uses she, her pronouns. She is our education coordinator. So she is the individual who helps teach the site leaders how to be site leaders. And she also ensures some other educational experiences for everyone as well. So that's our little team. We also wanted to start off with our mission and vision as well. So as you can see, Branch Out's mission and vision are very focused on the development of those people who are participating in alternative breaks, becoming active and educated members of society, and also creating a larger community of people who are dedicated to the pursuit of social justice. We take this work really seriously, and the way that we talk about social justice is by looking for and working for a society in which everyone can reach their full potential. That has to do with working with our partners to build capacity, respecting dignity of the people with whom we partner, and making sure that site leaders and our participants understand social justice and privilege so that they can be in partnership with an awareness of power dynamics that may affect the partnership. We also have a pretty core set of 8 values that we try to use as a guidance in all of the decisions that we make and all of the ways in which we construct our breaks. So as I mentioned earlier, social justice is huge with us, but we also really like to focus on community with fun and lightheartedness and collective leadership, as well as mutually beneficial partnerships. We're intentional with what we do. We are inclusive with our participants and the communities that we work with and the ways that we think and learn about the world. And we focus on developing active citizenship. And we also want all of our partnerships to be sustainable in both environmentally friendly ways and also long-lasting and healthy partnerships. So alternative breaks have 8 key components. As you can see, 8 is kind of our lucky number. The first being orientation. So when you begin your program, you'll be acclimated to the community you're serving in. You'll understand what is it like to be a member of this community? What are the issues facing this community on a day-to-day basis? You also have education happening before your break as well. This will teach you more about your social justice topic and teach you how that topic intersects with a number of complex factors such as how does my social justice issue affect poverty? Or how does it affect racial minorities or gender minorities, any specific group? So we're really focused on those intersectionalities as well as just the broader facts about the social justice topic, as well as the community. We also have training. So this is skill specific. The work that you're going to be doing is tough and it's diverse. And given that, you're going to need very specific skills to tackle the issue. So we're going to support you, and your site leaders are going to support you with the training that you have. So the skills that you need to go in and support this community properly and build capacity properly are going to be there. We also have strong direct service as one of our components. Strong direct service means the work that you do is tailored towards what the community needs and what they're asking for. And this is just so we can maximize our impact, because the members of the community know us best and how we can best serve alongside them. Another component that's important to us is full engagement. So this comes in the form of being fully present throughout your time during your break, whether that's making sure you're focused, taking time for yourself so you can ensure you're focused. And that also includes refraining from substance use throughout our break as well. Component 6 is diversity and social justice. The social justice work that we're doing is tough and it's diverse, and given that, you're going to need very specific skills to tackle the issue. So the social justice component of this then is helping us all focus on the values behind that and ensuring that everyone has the same opportunities to achieve and to access certain resources. This also includes appreciating and encouraging a variety of learning styles, thinking styles, cultural backgrounds, and ethnic groups among our participants, our site leaders, and our community partners as well. The 7th component then is reflection, which is one of my favorite parts of breaks. It's where you have the opportunity to recognize with your fellow participants, what are we doing? And kind of what are we learning, what are we experiencing, and what does that mean for me? It's a really great opportunity to sit down and think about your own social location in comparison to that of your community partner and the individuals you're supporting through your community partner, as well as just reflecting more on the root causes of the issues that you're going to be addressing. The final component then is reorientation. So this is a really important component as well, because oftentimes in service, there's just that temptation to kind of wipe your hands after you're finished with your service and return and just keep living your life. This is not something that Branch Out tries to do. Instead, we focus on having that long-term partnership with the community partner, with the community that we work with, as well as bringing some of the things that we've learned and trying to enact what we've learned within our own community. So this has taken the form of, for example, in the past, we've done breaks with partners focused on sexual violence and human trafficking. And this has resulted in students coming back to campus and creating their own club focused on addressing human trafficking in the greater Williamsburg, Virginia region. So all of these components come together to make a very wonderful break experience, what we hope. So as I mentioned earlier, active citizenship is one of the Branch Out values. And so it's kind of a framework that we use to think about our own social location throughout reflection and also just throughout our educational process as well. So the continuum is really not a linear path, but rather something that can loop backward and forward. There's no moral attachment to any position because each individual has different circumstances at each part of the continuum. But again, it's just kind of a framework that we like to use for self-reflection. So on the left-hand side, we have an individual that we call a member. So this person is not really concerned about their community. They're really only focusing on things within their own sphere. This person is not really concerned about their role in community problems and addressing them. This isn't necessarily someone that's apathetic, but rather someone who might just have a lot of personal things going on, might have to care for a family member, might just have a lot of school things that they need to attend to, things like that. But regardless, they do not center their community in their day-to-day life. We shift next to a volunteer, which is someone who might engage with community service opportunities, but they haven't really started answering those why questions or asking those why questions. So they're well-intentioned, we say, but not necessarily well-educated. So an individual that does start asking those why questions and become concerned about root causes is what we call a conscientious citizen. So I think the biggest discernment or a good example of this is an individual who might be working at a soup kitchen as a volunteer and might be really dedicated to that one role, but never really think that deeply about why they're needed, but just kind of is happy with that week or that one day a week that they spend there. A conscientious citizen would then ask, well, why am I continuously needed? Why are these services needed by this particular population of people in this particular community? Why are we serving this person multiple times instead of this person? Things like that. Starting to look more at the institutional level of social causes or social problems. Finally, we have active citizens who center community in everything that they do. They really focus on calling other people into community change as well. And they might not have all the answers to the root causes, but they're actively working to address those. And again, to call other people into this. This comes through a lot of reflection and through engaging people with their passions. So that's a lot on our values and framework, but we want to talk a little bit now about our break responsibilities. So as I mentioned earlier, some components of breaks include the education, orientation, and training. So this is all going to happen before fall break in the form of pre-trip meetings. These will be led by your site leaders, and it's going to be up to them when they happen, if they're virtual, in person, things like that. But your site leaders are going to work really closely with their community partner to make sure they're giving you guys the proper education that will be necessary in order to actually be working in solidarity with them throughout your break. It's focused on hard and soft skills, and also, again, just kind of focusing on really orienting yourself within the community that you're going to be spending time with. Your actual break then will be happening sometime over fall break, which will be from the 15th to the 19th. Probably not that entire time, but blocking off all of those dates might be useful at this point, just because return dates and leave dates might be a little bit flexible. So this is when you're actually engaging in your service. Projects include everything from organizing paperwork to helping on gardens and doing a little bit more manual labor, to fundraising, to helping lead advocacy campaigns and creating social media materials. All of these things are in some way or another helping build our community partners' capacity and helping, again, just work alongside in solidarity rather than in charity. Finally, again, we come back to this reorientation concept, which is October 20th and beyond, I like to say, which is whenever you kind of develop and reflect upon your experience on your break and how you can bring it back into the Williamsburg community and or continue engaging with your community partner. So this is a really crucial time to make sure that our breaks are sustainable rather than one-off, and a way that you can continue to engage with the branch out community as well. Of course, I know you guys want to know your fall break potential opportunities. So that's the time now that we're going to share them. So we have 1 virtual and 2 in-person options for everyone this semester. The first being Feed People, Fight Disease, and Foster Hope with Movable Feast. This is our virtual option. So this means that the trip will be happening entirely remotely. And our description for this is as follows. Alternative Breakers will collaborate with Movable Feast in a virtual capacity to learn about how the organization fosters a community that cares for men, women, and children living with HIV and AIDS, cancer, and other life-threatening illnesses. Participants will engage in conversations around the history of people with HIV and chronic illnesses, as well as people experiencing food insecurity and unlearn stigmatizing ideations about these populations. They will also learn how racial equity is a salient issue in the social justice topic. The staff and volunteers of Movable Feast value compassion and the pursuit of their responsibilities to the human community, and they aspire to maintain the highest level of quality and integrity throughout their services and products. And they believe that all people deserve to live in an atmosphere of hope. So the service on this break will involve virtual fundraising and card making. And there'll be more information about that as you continue with your break. We also have rural poverty as a social justice topic with the Rural Appalachian Improvement League, or RAIL. This will be happening in Mullins, West Virginia. And alternative breakers on this break will collaborate with the RAIL to learn more about and work to alleviate the root causes of poverty and community hardship in Mullins. RAIL was founded by community volunteers to help build a new and sustainable social structure and economic base in the southern West Virginia coalfields. RAIL is a grassroots organization that believes the local people, especially the youth and young adults, must be directly involved in solving the social and economic problems that exist in the community. RAIL achieves this mission by improving education, fostering economic development, increasing community engagement, developing the community and environmental initiatives, and promoting the value of diversity. So participants on this break will learn about how RAIL fosters economic and community development and assist in doing so. And they'll also help clean up a few parks in the area and maybe even help build a shelter for building RAIL's capacity. So again, you'll be able to find out more information about that as we get closer. And our third and final option for breaks this semester is food security and wellness for the underserved with Paul's Place of Baltimore, Maryland. So during this fall break, breakers will collaborate to focus on providing services to people experiencing homelessness. Paul's Place provides community resources ranging from a free food court to career counseling to interview rentals, and their mission is to foster hope, personal dignity, and growth. So the service, whenever upon your arrival, will really just vary upon what Paul's Place needs, but this is really focused on food security, wellness, houselessness, a lot of those things. So on your application, you're going to be able to select one or multiple of these breaks, and you're going to be able to rank them. So be sure to check that out and maybe think a little bit more about which break you'd like to be on. Finally, the key dates to look out for. So the application for fall breaks is going to be due at midnight on September 12th. That's available on our Give Pulse page. I have a link at the end of this presentation as well. We plan to release decisions and break assignments on September 17th. So that's just when we match you with a break and let you know whether or not we have the capacity to take you on as a participant this semester. Then fall pre-trip meetings begin the week of September 20th. So really a fast turnaround, but you're gonna get off to a bag that week. Those meetings will be determined by your site leaders, but just be on the lookout at that point. We're also going to be having a fall welcome meeting on September 22nd at 5:15. The location is to be determined. Right now, we're just determining whether or not we want to plan virtual, in person, etc. But we'll be sure to share that information with you whenever we get it. And we expect you to be there. But if you have any type of potential conflict with that, please let us know as soon as possible. Finally, the fall break. Most breaks are going to be happening the 16th through the 18th, but we do want you to maybe keep all these other dates blocked out as well, just so you can have that little extra room for wiggle room. And of course, your work continues after fall break. So the 19th is not the last day, but it is the last day that we will officially be hosting you. So that's really all that I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope that you guys are interested in attending and applying. We have all of our social media listed here, from our Facebook to our Instagram page. Our email is also listed here as well. And we have our website, which has more information about values, breaks, etc. Finally, at the bottom is the link for the application, the most important part. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. If you're watching this video, you're probably already on that page. So just be sure to fill out the application by Sunday at 11:59, Sunday the 12th, 11:59. And we will be sure to review your application. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on our socials or via our email, and we'd be more than happy to help support you in your application process or with any questions you might have for any of us. So again, thank you so much. I really look forward to welcoming you to the Branch Out community. Have a great day.